Hello everyone, welcome back to the aftermath. Arsenal have just lost to Liverpool. Well, not just lost, it's been a few days. But yeah, if you don't know this series, basically after a few days, after Arsenal's most recent game, I just basically do another like match reaction or match type of thing, just discussing, the talking points around the game and just basically just talking about the game and reflecting on it after a few days. And let's get into a look. This is one of the few games where after a few days, even after, I mean, in the moment I was a bit upset, but I mean, really, I got over it quite quickly. This is one of the games that I know also have lost, but I'm just not that mad about it. There are things, of course, that I wasn't too happy with in terms of what Arsenal did. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, why I'm not more upset. But yeah, I think after a few days, I just managed to just, look at the game again with no emotion. And yeah, and I think the truth is, I think we were just beaten. I think Arsenal was simply just beaten by a moment of magic by Dominic Szoboszlai. Something really we lacked. We lacked that moment of magic throughout the game. And really was a 50-50 game. And honestly, the game really could have ended 0-0. That's the way it was heading. But of course, that moment of magic by Dominic Szoboszlai. And if it did end 0-0, it would have been a different conversation. But the truth is, it didn't. And credit to Liverpool. They got the 3 points. And sometimes that's the luck you need when you are trying to win the league. And they got the 3 points at the end of the day. We're here, also here with 0 points. So yeah, credit to Liverpool. I'm not trying to take anything away from Liverpool's win. But the only thing about this loss, honestly, which, this conversation could have been entirely different, is the fact that this loss has come really early on in the season. I mean, if we played like this game week, let's say 20, and we lost like this would be a completely different reaction. Like, absolutely, there would be more meltdowns by fans. But because we lost so early, like 3 games in, and there's just so many games left to play throughout the season. I mean, I think that's literally the only grace thing. Like, what was a grace period? That the fact is, it was so early on the season, and even if we won the game, it wouldn't mean the title has been wrapped up, like, because it was just so early on the season. But this game, it did raise a lot of questions about Arteta. Probably some reoccurring questions, and it was questions we already had about Arteta and the team, but the only thing this game did was probably just intensify those questions. And it's basically, the question is quite simple. It's basically our reluctancy to really bring the game to oppositions. Now, I watched a clip of Arteta's press conference after the game, and I think something that really struck me was when he said that he set up the team to win. Now, for me, I don't 100% agree with that. Look, there were periods of the game where I felt that we were on top, but really, at the end of the game, I just felt, I mean, once the game ended, I was basically left with the thought of, I don't think Arsenal tried enough. I don't think Arsenal pushed enough for that win. And for me, look, I said in my match reaction that in the first half, I think Arsenal was a better team. I think we had more openings, and it wasn't as clear cut as we hoped it'd be, but we had way more openings than Liverpool in terms of Madueke. Calafiori did brilliant in that first half, locking down Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah is a very dangerous player, and for me, that was the main threat going against Liverpool. Mohamed Salah, this guy always manages to score against Arsenal, regardless of how he plays. This guy loves playing against Arsenal. He always manages to at least score, or even not score. Even if he doesn't score, he will get an assist every time against Arsenal. And it's the start of the second half when we ended that half really good. That was a chance to stamp our authority, and for some reason the game just went past Arsenal. Like, Arteta really didn't make any subs early on, and his reluctancy, I think, in terms of his making substitution, is really something that had a big impact on the game. Because, to be honest, for me, the game was there to be won, and I think a lot of Arsenal fans would agree that the game was there to be won. Like, this is a game that we could have 100% have won. There were some players like Martinelli, Mikel Merino, and I'm not trying to single them out, but they had minimal impact on that game. They were almost basically passengers for parts of the game, and I think we could have, done good if we made substitution earlier. Mikel Merino playing as an attacking midfielder. I mean, there was elements of it where he went okay, it was successful, but I just felt sometimes that we really couldn't press with Merino because of the fact that he simply isn't quick enough to press. Like, there were moments where Liverpool players lost the ball or hesitated, but because Merino was so slow, he couldn't capitalize on it or punish them. Martinelli in that second half, like, I didn't even know he was playing because he just didn't get involved. Can't remember how many touches he had in that game. And I think with Arteta, I think we're at the stage really, we just need to find a balance. Like, I'm not asking to go Anfield and go, 5 up front and, play the Tottenham attacking high line the way Ange did. But I think there needs to be a balance. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that Arteta needs to find a balance. Like, right now, I feel like we're on the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of that balance. Like, we are too defensive, like way too cautious for sometimes to no reason basically. Like we don't have a bad defense, we have a very good defense, a defense that could help us. Like, so why are we not giving more reliance on that defense? Like, why are we playing like sometimes a mid-table side? It feels like sometimes we're playing for corners and set pieces. Like, I feel like sometimes what we do is, it just feels too calculated. It feels like nothing is, what's the word, off the cuff. It feels like everything has to be so precise and so calculated. And sometimes it makes Arsenal feel too predictable. And if us as fans, if me as a fan can see what's going to be Arsenal's next pass, then these analysts, whatever they're paid millions to, can 100% see it. I mean, we signed a striker in Gyökeres, and I'm just there questioning myself, like, why did we even sign him if this is the way we're going to play him? Like, he's literally just been embarrassed when he plays there. He has no services. He has no service. I can't remember the last clear-cut chance we created for him. And he's not Henry. Like, this guy is not a type of striker who's going to, like I said so many times, he's not going to drop into midfield, drop a shoulder, go past 4 players and bang a top bins. He relies on service. Just like Haaland, he relies on service. And right now, he is starving of service. Like, even the goal he scored against Leeds, he literally created that himself. And I can see Arsenal taking more risk. Somehow we are taking more risk in our box than we do on the opposite end of the pitch. David Raya is playing a short constantly. Even when he's under pressure, he's still playing a short. We are being pressed and this man refuses to sometimes go long. He just wants to play a short, giving hospital passes. But when we come to the final third of the pitch, we don't want to take any risk. It's always just try to get a corner or something, or get a set piece. So there needs to be a balance, because I do think we have a good squad. Honestly, this summer we have built a very strong squad, a squad that can compete in every single competition. I know for me personally, I still feel there is a weakness on that left wing side, that left hand side, and I know we signed Eze, but the fact is, for me, if anything happens to Eze, we are cooked, because Trossard and Martinelli simply are not consistent enough. Like, that's the main thing. And we already have Trossard going through injury issues, so we just cannot lose Eze. And really, this is a team that's good enough to be playing on the front foot, regardless of the opposition. I mean, you look at that midfield, technical players, Odegaard, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, we even have Eze added to it. So that's a brilliant midfield. And then you add the defense to it, Saliba, Gabriel. So I think we're set up to play much better football than what we're watching right now. I do think the moment when we did see Eze come on, I think that was the one positive. Like, you could really see the quality upgrade. That was an upgrade straight away on the left, and you could see just how much better our left-hand side looks when he was playing. I do though think like Eze really should have scored that chance he got where, you know, it was like a rebound off. I really think he should have scored that. I know, because for me, if Martinelli missed that, I would be furious at Martinelli. So I'm gonna keep the same, what's the word, same expectations across all the players. Like, Eze really should have scored that, and it was such a crucial part of the game where we were 1-0 down. We almost get a lifeline. The ball bounces back or ricochets back to us. Really, Eze really should be doing better than that. And with his quality, come on, he should be scoring that. But I'm just hoping that we get some fluidity very soon. I'm literally I'm talking to myself, and I'm just saying to myself, I think it's just, I'm trying to delude myself into thinking that it's because it's like such an early start of the season, that is basically just rust. And once we build some momentum, we build some chemistry, the team should be able to play a bit better than what we're seeing right now. And with the introduction of Eze, I think we should be playing better. But yeah, I think the only bad side to it is our injuries, man. We are getting a lot of injuries, and I'm just hoping it doesn't build up, because the way it's heading right now, our subs, the depth that we signed to cover the injuries, they could end up getting injured. So let's just hope the injuries stop. But yeah, man, that's the end of today's video. Let me know what you think. Do you guys think after a few days you're maybe not as upset as you were in the moment? Because for me, yeah, I don't think I'm as upset as I was after the game. I was heated. Honestly, I was very heated after the game, because I just felt that we didn't go like 100% at the game. But yeah, after a few days of reflection, I don't know, I think, yeah, we just lost to a moment of magic. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.